In Elden Ring, there are many important NPC interactions and invaders, items, and questlines that can be missed, skipped, or blocked off as a result of progressing too far in certain areas in the game. All of those are going to be covered in this video series. There will be spoilers in the form of details that are too important to be left out, and links to full detailed guides on everything covered here along with useful timestamps can be found in the video description. Starting out at number 1, it's probably the most easily missed invader in the entire game, Recusant Henricus. He invades northwest of Warmaster's Shack near the Limgrave Arena and drops the Hammer Talisman. Recusant Henricus may not invade if most or all major bosses in Limgrave have been defeated, which is easier to do than you might think, or if you speak with Kenneth at Volcano Manor and start that questline. At number 2, White Mask Varre will relocate from the First Step Site of Grace to the Rose Church once you've defeated your first Shardbearer, such as Godric the Grafted, and then spoken to Finger Reader Enya at Roundtable Hold. At that point, a message will appear where Varre was standing near the First Step Site of Grace. Reading it will unlock the Bravo gesture, and this message will disappear once you've spoken to Varre at the Rose Church in Liurnia. For number 3, Yura's quest may be skipped entirely if Morgoth the Omen King has already been defeated and if you've gone to the mountaintops of the Giants. The main missable reward from Yura's quest is the Raptor of the Mist's Ash of War, which is extremely useful for chariot dungeons. At number 4, if you go to the Mistwood Ruins at night, you should hear a howling wolf. If you go to the Church of Valais and ask Kale about the howling, you'll get the finger snap gesture. I think this can only be done before meeting Ranni at Ranni's Rise. There's a few other rewards obtained from Blaidd's quest, but they can also just be obtained by focusing on Ranni's quest. And for all intents and purposes, Blaidd's quest is really more of a supplement to help complete Ranni's quest. That being said, more and more of Blaidd's quest will be skipped by progressing through Ranni's quest while ignoring Blaidd. On to number 5. Finding Roderika at Stormhill Shack and speaking with her multiple times unlocks the Sitting Sideways gesture and the Jellyfish Spirit summons. Roderika will move to Roundtable Hold once Godric the Grafted has been defeated, or possibly just by venturing outside of the Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula areas. If you want to complete Roderika's quest, you'll need to get the Chrysalids Memento from Stormveil Castle and bring it to her before defeating Godric. Moving on to number 6, Bernahl can initially be found at Warmaster's Shack, but will move to Volcano Manor once you've spoken to Kenneth and agreed to join. Bernahl's questline will be missed if Bernahl dies or if Rykard or Malekith have been defeated. If you attack and defeat Bernahl in Limgrave, you'll get his armor set and a legendary armament, but you shouldn't do that. Properly completing Bernahl's quest, which involves his Volcano Manor request to eliminate Vargrim, will still get you his armor set and legendary weapon. In addition though, you'll also get the Assassin's Gambit and Eruption Ashes of War, along with the Gelmir's Fury Sorcery and Raging Wolf armor set. At number 7, we have Dee's quest. East from the Saints Bridge Site of Grace, you should find Dee, Hunter of the Dead. His quest can be completed around Summonwater Village, or by bringing him a death route later on once he's moved to Roundtable Hold. If you want to complete Dee's rather short quest, you'll need to do it before giving him the Weathered Dagger as part of Fia's quest, or before burning the Erdtree at the Forge of the Giants, as either of these will cause Dee to die. The only reward for completing Dee's quest that I know of is early access to his 2 incantations, Litany of Proper Death and Order's Blade, both of which can be acquired from his bell bearing after he dies. At number 8, Anastasia Tarnished-Eater is an invader with 3 separate locations to invade at. The first will be at Smoldering Church, located near the northern border between Caelid and Limgrave. Defeating her at this location yields the Sacred Scorpion Charm Talisman. Anastasia may not invade if the major bosses in this region have already been defeated. At number 9, Bok's quest will end in tragedy if you give him a larval tear near the end of his quest. Otherwise, his quest is also pretty hard to miss as long as he doesn't die. You'll first find him to the southeast of the Agiel Lake North Site of Grace, a short distance off from the Bird's Eye Telescope. As a final note, his quest may be more tricky to complete once you've defeated Malekith, but I think it's still possible. At number 10, don't attack Gatekeeper Gostoc or Kenneth Haight. Although both NPCs are scummy in their own ways, Gostoc will sell an ancient dragon smithing stone at the end of Nepheli's quest as long as he's still alive, and while Kenneth doesn't currently have anything to do, he will also move to the throne room to stand at Nepheli's side at the end of her quest. In addition, Kenneth's final dialogue suggests that he will have more story to be told in future updates or DLC of the game. At number 11, Rogier has an easily missed questline. You'll first find him in an elevated temple on the west side of Stormveil Castle. Rogier will then move to the balcony in Roundtable Hold after you've defeated Godric the Grafted. If you meet Ranni at Ranni's Rise before Rogier asks you to find her as part of his quest, then Rogier will fall asleep and begin dying, cutting his quest off early. The only unique reward you might miss is Rogier's Rapier plus 8, which is given by Rogier at Roundtable Hold after telling him that Godric has been defeated. That being said, at number 12, if you speak through all of Nepheli's dialogue in a chamber to the southeast of the secluded cell site of Grace before defeating Godric the Grafted, you can get an Arsenal Charm Talisman from her later on at Roundtable Hold. Nepheli will move to Roundtable Hold after defeating Godric regardless of whether you spoke with her beforehand, and at that point you can begin our main quest. The reward for completing Nepheli's quest is a free Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from Nepheli, and a second one from Gostoc, sold at the fair price of 20,000 runes as long as he's still alive. Nepheli's questline will be incompletable if you give her Celavis's potion, defeat Malekith, or otherwise cause her death. Nepheli's death is indicated by finding her Stormhawk axes at any of her possible locations. Unfortunately, you don't get those Stormhawk axes if you successfully complete her quest, or if you give her Celavis's potion. Moving on to 13, at Roundtable Hold you can interact with Ensha, the NPC in the Royal Remains armor set, to get the What Do You Want gesture. After getting the first half of the Haligtree medallion from Albus at Albinauric Village, Ensha will invade at Roundtable Hold and you will no longer be able to get that gesture. At number 14, and this is also at Roundtable Hold, jumping over the balcony to the area below will trigger an invasion by Mad Tongue Alberich. If you give him a moment after invading, he'll go into a reverential bow, unlocking the gesture for your own use. If you begin attacking him too quickly and defeat him, you will not be able to get the gesture until New Game Plus. And finally, at number 15, you'll want to initiate Latenna's quest at the Slumbering Wolf Shack by showing her the right half of the Haligtree medallion. Her quest grants a somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone as a reward. If you progress too far in the game before starting her quest, all you'll find at the Slumbering Wolf Shack is Latenna's spirit summons, and you won't be able to complete her quest. The lockout point for this quest seems to be somewhere between going to the mountaintops of the Giants and getting the left half of the Haligtree medallion at Castle Sol. That's all I've got for now, and you'll find links to guides that go into greater detail on any of the missables that were covered here near the bottom of this video's description. If you want to see more great guides, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat, her name's Marshmallow. Another great way to support the channel is through the Marshmallow merch store. It features professional Elden Ring inspired artwork of your favorite fluffball, and there's a new Ranni inspired design available now. Have a great day if you're here today, have a great Friday, and a great weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.